Good morning, Connect to Florida. As you can see, I am back in my home office. My painting is gone though. That painting went into another room. That painting that I had there, the bicycle on the beach, I moved that to another part of my house because I really like it. It was framed and I left it there for a long time, and I got to the point where I was like, I want to put that somewhere. You know what's going to go on there? I promise you, on my next video, I'll show you the painting that I'm working on, because I know some of you do enjoy when I show you the art, and I appreciate that very much. So anyway, that's why that's blank, in case anybody notices. All right, so as I said, obviously, I am here back in my home office, my home studio, if you can call it that. But listen, it feels like I keep getting pushed to Central Florida. So there is a huge sale going on, a model sale at On Top of the World. And because I recently did a video featuring On Top of the World, a lot of you have reached out, asked a lot of questions about it. We've got some folks that are going to be buying in there. Theoretically, you know, they have to make sure they can find exactly what they want, but they have some really, really good options. The homes in On Top of the World start as low as, I would say, 320s. I'm not including the villas. They have a section of villas that are like, they're old, okay? They're like 40 years old. So I'm talking about the newer single family homes, the builds. They start in like the 320 range, and they are very good, solid, no game playing with, do you want it frame or do you want it concrete? Not that. It's a good, solid built home. So all of that said, the reason that we're talking about On Top of the World again is because they are having a huge sale that I want to tell you about. And we're early enough right now, I feel that if you don't live in the area, you possibly could drive there, especially if you live in Florida, or you could at least catch a flight. So as of the filming of this video, it's July 21st, and I'm gonna try my very best to get this out this week. So they're selling their model homes fully furnished in Longleaf. Now that is the leasehold section, and I'm not going to go exactly into everything as it relates to the leasehold, but you should not be afraid of that. That's just a choice. You either are fine with it or you're not. So what do I want to tell you about in On Top of the World? They are having a big model sale in Longleaf. So Longleaf is their section that's leasehold. That's the 99-year leasehold area. Now, let me ask you something. If you are 55, if you are 70, do you think you're going to live another 99 years? Listen, you might. Methuselah and you, it's possible. But I know if I'm talking about myself, no, I'm probably not. So don't be afraid of that. We're not going to go in depth of the leasehold, but if you want me to, let me know, and maybe I can do like a 5-minute video specific to the leasehold if a lot of people are interested in that. But I will just say, I don't think it's something you should be afraid of at all. And for some folks, it's very beneficial because it does bring the cost of the home down rather substantially, and also it definitely brings your homeowner's insurance down because of the type of policy you would get. But all of that said, I wanted to make you aware that they have some really good pricing on the models with all of the furniture. So the ones that I'm going to show you now in this video are priced anywhere from just right under $400,000 to a little over $400,000, and the square footage is huge. I'll go over it with you, but these are really nicely built homes. And if you were looking for something in the villages, but you weren't necessarily thrilled about the build quality in your price range, I think you might be really excited about this. And just to remind you, On Top of the World has, a lot of you really like the RC Club. So RC just stands for remote control, but they have some unique things with that. I will link the video that I did that details On Top of the World, and you'll see that they have a plane flying club with literally a runway. They've got a huge track with little bleachers for the remote control cars, but they also have a lot of the other things that the villages have as it relates to all of the clubs and the pickleball and the tennis and the pools. Lots and lots of things to do. Golf carts, you know, it is also a golf cart community. So just kind of as a reminder, similar, you know, one big difference is you can use the fitness in the community. You don't have to pay extra. I don't know if you knew that. In the villages, you do have to pay extra. All right, so that's my intro. Let's take a look at the homes that are going up for big sale. Okay, let's start with the Livingston. That's this floor plan right here, and I just kind of jumped in the Matterport floor plan so that I can show it to you. This particular home, I'm going to call it $400,000. It's like $10 under it. So $400,000 for the Livingston. This one is in Longleaf Ridge. So let's just kind of bounce around. With a full price offer, you get all the furnishings, the decor, the television, everything. Let me see if I can get you in this back bedroom. There we go. So it's decorated really cute. They took the closet doors out. Sometimes they do that in model homes, but obviously you'd have a closet door there. Here is the guest bath. Very, very pretty. Let me bounce you around slowly. A couple of you have told me that sometimes when I do these videos, I go too fast and you get dizzy. So I'm going to try to go slow. So here's your view out your breakfast room. And again, full price offer, you get all the furnishings. Here is the master. Nice big window here. I love that. I also like what they did here with the mirrors. And of course you can do that yourself in any home, but I think the decorations are pretty. They took the closet doors down here. I won't keep saying that. You get the point. Bathrooms are nice. Nicely appointed. You know, if you're familiar with the villages, the problem with the villages is that a lot of this kind of thing is done very, very low end. Now, granted, if you were spending $700,000 or $800,000, sorry, you guys, some of you might want to close your eyes. If you were spending a lot more money, then in that case, you might get better quality. But if you were spending $399,900, you're not getting this quality. Look how big this lanai is. Isn't that so pretty? I really like that. The ceiling is done. So I'm going to say it again. $399,990. $400,000. And I'm going to try to slowly get over here for you. There's the pantry. Here's the laundry room. My pet peeve, when these are not thick enough, I think that's not bad. I like to see at least, you know, 1.5 inches, 2 inches on the countertops. Otherwise, they're just so cheap. And then here's your flex room. So you could make this a spare bedroom. You could you'd have to add some doors and do a little modification, but most people would use that just as a flex room for a sitting room or maybe an office. All right. That's the first one, and I do want to mention that is in Longleaf, so that is a leasehold property, 99-year lease. If you want me to do a video on exactly what that means, I will, but that's a longer explanation than what I would theoretically give you here on this video for the models. But this is leasehold, you know, not good or bad. Some people it works, some people it doesn't. Now, I do want to show you the front of the Livingston. This is what it looks like. That's the one we just looked at. And then here are the details on it. 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, 2-car garage with a golf cart space. And it is 1,718 square feet. So again, $399, $990, as I mentioned. The sale is August 6th. So if you're interested, that is the day. That's not the day you have to close, of course, but that's the day that you would want to put your bid in to get these under contract. And I did say put your bid in. So if you're working with an agent, hopefully you're working with us. If you're not, please reach out, because we are able to do some pretty good things on these homes. I'll just say it to you that way. So that's wink, wink, nod, nod. So the next one is the Ariana, and it's 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, 2-car garage with a golf cart space, 2,019 square feet. So let's jump into this one. And like I said, I can always explain to you, this also is in Longleaf, I can always explain to you the difference between leasehold and fee simple. It's not as scary as it sounds. A lot of times if you understand it, it could make a little more sense for you. Backing up here. All right, so here's our floor plan. And again, this one will be sold with all the furniture. I like this one because I really do like the view out of this one. So again, you have a nice big lanai. Let's see if we can squeeze over here. Here's your master bedroom. Very pretty bathroom in my opinion. These warm tones are definitely coming back. Here's the closet. And again, I'm just going to remind you, the closet doors and the doors themselves are missing. That's just a model home sort of marketing thing, but you would have doors. So here's your full, nice big open floor plan. Notice the ceilings are beautiful. And again, moving more into that warm tone. Not so much Mediterranean. Remember when Mediterranean was kind of the big deal? Not so much that, but definitely more of a warm tone. Here is your flex room here. And we're going to come over here to the second bedroom in the front of the house. Again, nice, pretty furniture. I know this is not ideal the way I'm bouncing you around, but since you're not here in person, I think it at least gives you, you can see what it looks like. So again, we've got the bathroom. This is paint. This is kind of like, instead of stencil, it's just drawn on. You're either going to like that or you're going to hate it. And you can always paint right over it. I do like the cabinet colors. Personally, I like that a lot better than gray. To me, gray is definitely going out. So there we have that one. And let me bounce out. And the price on that is $444,990. And again, put your offer in if you are interested in that. You hear the words I'm using, so definitely give us a call if you're interested. Let's do another one. Let's do the Beaumont. This is a little bit bigger, 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, and this one also has the 2-car garage with the golf cart space and a flex room. This one is 2,437 square feet. So it is $449,990. So we've got the same pricing on this one. Also in Longleaf, so 99-year lease. Now, this furniture is really pretty. I walked these a couple weeks ago, and I actually thought the quality of these homes, really, really nice build. And again, I'm not trying to be over here bashing the villages at all, but if you compare dollar for dollar in terms of what the build quality is, there's a big difference, leaning heavily towards on top of the world. So this is another space. What they did here was they opened up this area. This would normally have sliders, and they enclosed it to go under AC so that you have more square footage. And some people like having this room. They, maybe they don't want a lanai, maybe they're going to do a patio out here, and this gives you more square footage. So I think it's pretty. It's a nice breakfast area to me. Here's your kitchen. I want to mention this as I'm talking, and again, if you want more info on the leasehold, call me. This is a really big pantry. I wanted to walk in there. Let me spin you around slowly. You could put cabinets here as well. I think that would be a good idea. But on the leasehold, my understanding is all you need is a condo insurance policy. So that makes your homeowner's insurance a lot lower. And with a 99-year lease, the remaining time of the 99-year lease, which there's a lot of years left, you know, so let's just be real. It lets you say if you're my age, you're not living out a 99-year lease. You can sell the property, you own the property, you can do anything that you would normally do on any other property. So you could almost look at it like a condo, similar to a condo. All right, let's see if we can get ourselves, sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry to spin you around like this. All right, look at the ceiling, it's beautiful. Let's go back to the front of the house. Nice, wide entryway. I love that. Flex room right here. And let's get over here to the bathroom and the guest bedroom. Nice, I like it. Very pretty. Yeah, look at that entryway. Really nice size entryway. All right, and again, just like right under 450,000. So if my team and I can be of help, we would love to help you. We would love to give you more information on this. August 6th is the day of the sale. I am filming this on July 21st, so I'm going to try to edit this and get it out very quickly so that you at least have an opportunity to fly in and take a look. If you don't live in the area, there's lots we can do as it relates to that. So definitely reach out and we will be back with another video very soon.